the extra sugar. You get enough flavor just from the almond milk itself. So that'll be my morning breakfast. Now, I do have the great setup where I work primarily from home, but I didn't always have it this way. So I used to take my morning and I added like an extra 30 minutes in the morning where I could pack my lunch in the morning. Some people prefer to pack their lunch before they go to bed. Honestly, it doesn't matter as long as you can carve out the time to do that and make it into a habit. So when it comes to packing a lunch or eating a lunch at home, it's all about let's get the speed going, let's make it mindless, and let's get a lot of nutritional value in. So what I like to do is really focus on what am I cooking for the week and then how can I incorporate that into my lunch. So as an example, I like to, this is just some tuna salad that I made beginning of the week. Just added some mayo, celery, radishes, onions, salt and pepper. Mix that up, and then all week long as I go, this is my container I can scoop from and add it onto a salad. Other things like leftover chicken from dinner, again, I can throw that on a salad. So as an example, last night I made some roasted sweet potatoes and I did a marinade, some chicken, threw it on the George Foreman grill, and now I have some leftovers here, and again, I can just toss that on a salad or just kind of eat it as a side dish. So really make lunch easy on yourself by using what you already have. Now, I was mentioning salads, and some people aren't a big fan or they maybe want to go out for a salad. But here's my little trick for that. So you go to the grocery store, you buy these nice vegetables, but then they kind of sit there, maybe they get old and wrinkly and you don't really want to eat them by the end of the week. So take your vegetables beginning of the week and just chop them up, put them in a container. So here I have my cucumbers, I have some tomatoes, radishes, carrots. Again, these are all things that I found on sale that are super cheap. You can get like 2 pounds of carrots for like $1. The cucumbers were on sale this week, so just anything that I can find that I know is flavorful, has a good crunch to it, chop it up, put it in this container, and then as I'm really in a hurry to make my lunch, I have my greens, and I switch up my greens each week. So I'm on a little arugula kick right now. I got the organic baby arugula. The whole container is about $5. And then want to make my salad, literally takes 2 seconds. A plop of greens, a scoop of the chopped veggies, and then whatever protein that I've already prepared. Super, super easy, literally takes 2 minutes to put together. Now, dressing, right? We need to put dressing on our salad. So I've just never been a big fan of the bottled dressings. Just the taste, I don't really find them that good. And then the good quality ones are super expensive. So it takes so little time and it's so much cheaper to make your own. So this is just like a little jar of jam that I used, and I saved the glass jar. Oops, I didn't close it all the way. So it takes 2 seconds to make your own salad dressing. Just put in here some extra virgin olive oil, some lemon juice, fresh garlic, salt, pepper, and then I put some of my farmer's market raw local honey for a little bit of sweetener. Shake up the jar, and there you go. You have a fabulous salad dressing that you can use throughout the week. Just reshake it so all the ingredients come back together, and then toss it over your salad. And I'm telling you, the health properties are there, but also the taste and the flavor. So you can't beat it. Plus, it's good if you're on a budget not to buy expensive salad dressings. Okay, so lunch, like I said, I like to do some kind of salad with a protein. I'm usually still hungry. In that case, I'll grab a fruit. So again, Trader Joe's is my love of my life these days, and they have some organic apples on sale. Bananas are like, 19 cents each. Also, berries have been on sale, I've noticed, so I stocked up on the fresh strawberries and blackberries. Trust me, if they're not on sale, I'm not going to buy them, but otherwise I will get something like the frozen, like the blueberries that I showed you. So I might have a piece of fruit also with lunch. Okay, so that's kind of the rundown for lunch. Now, you could, maybe in the winter time, I like to not do maybe as fresh, light types of foods, and I might go more for like a soup. Love soup, super easy to make, and again, super, super affordable. So I'll make a big pot of soup and then, put it in a big container, maybe the same exact container I put the fresh veggies in, but I'll put my soup in there. And then all week long, I'm kind of just going at that soup. Now this is great advice. Again, it's just me. I don't have a family to feed. But for someone who's single and they just kind of want to eat healthy, this is a great tactic. So I don't mind reheating the same soup and eating that over and over. But if you do need more variety, you can mix it up. You could maybe take half the soup and freeze it, eat it the following week, and then incorporate some other lunch items. So for soups, I like to focus on legumes. So what are legumes? Those are beans, peas, and lentils, as well as things like whole grains. These can all be in the soup. You can use broth or even water if you're on a tight budget, and you're going to use vegetables, legumes. Like I said, something like, I'm almost done here, but like a bag of lentils. This whole bag of lentils is probably less than $1. Again, I've used most of it. But again, throw that in, and you got a good source of protein, fiber. Plus, I think they're absolutely delicious. So I might do a split pea soup, might do a chili, throw in some cans of beans, or even dried beans will help you to save money. You just have to make sure you pre-cook those. I definitely make sure to always have a couple of canned beans stocked in the fridge. Again, 89 cents, and I can throw them on a salad. I can make a bean dip out of them. Super, super affordable, and I love beans. I know not everybody does. You can disguise them into recipes as well. Maybe puree them to kind of thicken up a sauce or a soup, or again, make it into like a hummus or a black bean dip. So definitely a big fan of stocking up on beans. Okay, now for dinner. I like to think about the plate method. This is something where it makes life a little bit easier because, again, you're not as concerned about maybe following a recipe, more about eating well overall. So here's a plate. Most of us eat off of them. Maybe you're eating from a bowl. Doesn't really matter. Think of the plate and draw a line in half. Okay? So half of your plate for the dinner should consist of non-starchy vegetables. So it doesn't quite matter what it is. I'm a big fan of just roasting vegetables. So I'll get out a big baking sheet, chop up veggies, and often I can't eat a whole tray myself, so again, I'll have leftovers for the week. But maybe for this week, I found a nice eggplant, I have mushrooms, I have onion, I have some broccoli. Who wants to come over for dinner? And so I'll just chop them up, toss them in olive oil, salt, pepper, maybe some herbs, and roast them so they're nice and tender and sweet. The natural sweetness and sugars come out when you roast them. And then that'll consist of half my plate. Of course, you can always do that salad as well. Then the other half of the plate, put that into a quarter. So a quarter of your plate should be protein, and then the other quarter could be some kind of a starch. So if you're on more of a low-carb diet, you don't have to necessarily do the starch. But there's no harm done, especially if maybe you just went to the gym, you're coming home, you're pretty hungry. Don't feel guilty about adding in a starch. So if you're on a budget, again, one of my favorite starches that's super, super affordable and nutritious, sweet potatoes. Again, Trader Joe's in for the kill. This whole bag, this is a 2-pound bag. I think it was less than $2, like $1.79. And they're the little ones, so I, just like to chop them up, kind of like I did here. Just chop up the sweet potatoes, roast them, or you can just bake them whole. Some people throw them in the microwave, punch some holes in them. It's really easy to prepare sweet potatoes. So that would be considered a starchy vegetable or your starch for the dinner. Keep that about half a cup. Other starch options, you could do the beans or the lentils. Sometimes, and not often, I'm not big into grains, but, go in the bulk section, get some rice. Just cook up rice, kind of keep that for the week and scoop that out. You're serving for your starch, you can keep it to about half a cup, maybe a cup, depending on your body size, what you ate earlier, etc. Okay, now for the protein options. People these days are big into chicken, so of course chicken's an option for you. But I definitely recommend making your own marinades, just because by the time you go and buy that stuff, it can really make a dent in the budget, and usually it uses unhealthy ingredients like soybean oil or hydrogenated oil. There could be artificial flavors or sweeteners or colors. There might be just some undesired ingredients in those bottled marinades. So a really easy marinade recipe, I'll maybe post it on the blog, but just maybe mix up some balsamic vinegar, olive oil, garlic, again, your salt and pepper. Super easy. Throw it in a Ziploc bag with your chicken, let it sit for the day, and then when you come home, it's ready to be grilled, or you can put it on a pan, or you can bake it. So again, chicken recipe is really easy. Sometimes, again, if money is tight, I can gear more towards the ground meat. So like a lean ground beef or ground turkey, try and buy organic, and maybe just have that cooked up and plain, and then I can add it to different dishes, like if I make tacos or something, or make it like a meatball. That's really easy as well. But you also want to get some seafood in. So I know I talked about the tuna earlier. You can also get fresh, but you will find it's maybe easier to get frozen when it comes to fish, just because you don't know when exactly you're going to use it unless you're using it that exact day. So here I have some wild-caught salmon fillets. When I'm ready to use it the day before, I'm going to thaw it out in the fridge, and then, again, just bake it in the oven. I also got, I like to keep a thing of frozen shrimp in the freezer. You never know when you might need those. They're super easy to thaw out, and again, throw on absolutely anything. So these are just all some good protein options, and again, maybe like 3 to 6 ounces, or take the palm of your hand, the diameter part, and that's usually the amount of protein that you need for that meal. So we talked about breakfast, lunch, dinner. My favorite, let's talk about some snacks, because actually, I forgot to mention some of my favorite breakfasts. I apologize. So let's go back to breakfast, my favorite meal. Okay, been on a big yogurt kick recently. Got this gigantic thing of yogurt for $5. It's plain. It is whole milk yogurt. I find it to be more filling, meaning I can eat the same amount but feel like it lasts me for longer. And you get about 10 grams of protein. It's plain, which means it's not flavored. So again, that's when I might use my berries, chop them up, throw them in the yogurt. Again, either flaxseed, or I also sometimes use hemp seeds or chia seeds and throw those in the yogurt. And because it's plain, it's a little tart. I don't mind that. Some people do. That's also a good time to maybe drizzle a little bit of honey on there. And again, you have a nice, healthy, filling breakfast. My third breakfast option I forgot to mention was, of course, eggs. And often I can use eggs even for my dinner at night. I don't mind eating breakfast for dinner because, again, it's my favorite meal. So I get the pasture-raised eggs. The yolks are just bright orange, which to me always indicates more nutritious, healthier egg. And so I'll maybe do an over easy egg in the morning. Again, maybe some leftover potatoes. Again, maybe do an omelet where I can saute some of the vegetables I have. Keep it easy. So again, those are my 3 breakfasts these days. The oatmeal, the yogurt, or something with eggs. And again, I'm always trying to incorporate fruits